All right, so this video is going to cover this topic right here. This is going to basically be talking about why I think the AR-15 is so hated, so vilified, so publicized, and what the true agenda behind this is. So, let's say that apples are the most common fruit in the world, right? And let's say you didn't want people to have apples at all, and your agenda was to ban all the fruits. Wouldn't you go after the apple first because it's the most common, most circulated? Because all the other fruit would be easy, way easier than banning the most common, the apple. Now, there are a lot of variations in this apple. There's red apples, there's green apples, a lot of apples, they're seedless, seeds. You got different sizes, different shapes, all different makes and models of these apples, right? But if you wanted to get rid of all of them altogether, all you have to do was ban the one fruit, and then everything else, well, I don't even eat apples like that anyway. So I guess it doesn't matter if they get rid of them. What if you're a huge fan of grapes? Well, damn, they're gonna try to ban grapes next. I gotta get on this before, it's too late. They already banned apples. Grapes are gonna be easier. Not as many people like grapes. You see where I'm going with this? I say that to say this. The AR-15 platform is the most diverse, the most controversial, it is the most hated. I would say second in hated. The AK is definitely the most hated, the most villainized. But it's the most modular, and I believe in recent years, it is the most sold gun in our history of the world. Now, the reason why I think they're trying to eliminate it, every time someone gets shot with this, it's on the news, or there's a video circulating of somebody getting shot in the club with this, or something like that. Statistically speaking, more people are shot with pistols. But the reason why I don't think they're going to go after pistols is they have to get rid of the big one first, the one that's the most circulated. Because I want to say the AR is sold more than the Glock. The Glock's definitely going to be next after the AR-15 ban, for sure. But let's just think of this logically. Just to lift off a couple pieces that are quickly interchangeably for any type of mission. Let's say you want to go hunting, you can just pop 2 pins off a lower, change out your caliber, change out the size of your barrel, the size of your action, change out the trigger, so how fast you can shoot, your round capacity. I brought a couple magazines here. Got the 10 rounder, got the 30 rounder, got the 60 rounder, big boy, Chungus Mungus. We're gonna be talking about that later on. Then you got the drums, 50, 100, 150 round drums, 200 round drums for these things. And just to name a couple parts that you could upgrade. This is gonna be a really long list, but just a few. If you have a quad rail like this, you can get a thumb stop, flip up sights, covers right here. You can get lasers, lights, QD points, vertical foregrips, not for this one right here, but you can get vertical foregrips. Get the bad lever right there. Upgrade your triggers, anti-walk trigger pins, upgraded mag wheels, red dot sights. There's thousands of these on the market right now. Red dot sights, different types of flip up sights, different muzzle devices, different gas tube assemblies, adjustable gas blocks, different bolts, different charging handles, upgraded charging handles. You can even have a thumb trigger. They got different grips, different pins, different size pounds for your internal springs. You can have different sized takedown pins to make it easier. unless you're in California. And that's just the external features. You can have different bulk carriers with different lubricities, different rails, different uppers, different lowers, different trigger springs. That's what I was talking about. Different safeties. You have AMD safeties, different pound buffer tube springs, buffer tube retainers, different bolt lock / catches, different mag releases. Strike Industries has an AMD mag release. I'm gonna see what that's about. Different trigger guards, different pistol braces or stocks if you have a rifle, different I forgot what this is called. This is the ratcheting back plate. But anyways, there's a plethora of different parts that you can upgrade, and if you can take away this, it would destroy the market. First of all, if you can regulate all these parts, it would destroy the gun industry, destroy the market. It would make all of these gun owners felons, assumably, overnight. And not only that, but you would destroy, and this is the most important part, destroy the best way for single mothers to protect themselves, scrawny guys from being attacked and bullied and robbed at gunpoint, maybe killed, raped or killed. You know, having a gun, you're 200 times less likely to get raped or murdered. You don't even have to brandish it or fire a shot. I mean, all you have to do is bring it out, show them that you're, whoa. Criminals don't follow laws, A. B, they don't want armed resistance. And C, if they know that you're packing, they're probably gonna keep it pushing just because of the simple fact that they don't wanna die, just like you don't wanna die. So why are they trying to get rid of your best way of protection? That's up for debate. I can only theorize. But I do think that if you don't trust the police, which they're vilifying police, don't trust the government, which the government's always been vilified, they're gonna be the only ones with the guns if they take ours. And then that's when we turn into communist. So let's think about it like this. Ban comes overnight. And what happens during this ban? They ban all semi-automatic guns. So you're like, oh no, that's those weapons of war. Well, not only is that this, but it's also this. It's also this. You get the idea. So it's not just what you think. I always read the full legislation and read between the lines. Like this is real serious business that they're playing with. Sorry, I had to put that back together. Why do they want us to not be able to protect ourselves? Well, the first thing that Mao did was ban the guns. The first thing that Kim Jong-un did was ban the guns. The first thing that Hitler did was ban the guns. Hitler actually had this incentivizing program where he would have neighbors telling on each other if they either knew that a Jew was there or if they knew their neighbors had guns, what they did. And you should watch this lady, she talked about it. She actually lived out there. She said the only place that wasn't taken over in Nazi Germany was Austria because all their citizens had guns. And she said Hitler came in like a politician. And he didn't come in with tanks and guns like everyone thought. He came in as a politician, was elected, and what happened, there was a shooting where a kid got injured or died, I'm not sure. And so they said, oh man, we need to have a registry of everyone who has these dangerous guns just so that we can stop the criminals from doing this now. Now that translates to American time. Right now they're talking about the red flag laws, no due process, and talking about the universal background checks, which would be a registry. And with those names and numbers that they had, they went door to door once they were banned, because of course there was another shooting because you can't stop crime. They said, well, we know you have this, this, and this, and this, this, and this. Now we're gonna take it for your safety because we don't think that you need these for your safety. So people, wow, we don't want our kids getting hurt. We gotta give it up. And then we all know what happened after that in Germany. So not gonna rehash that part of history, but a lot of people were murdered and killed because of these weapons that they gave up. Now, I say that to say this, that can happen over here. It can. You think it can't until it does. There was school shootings. Oh man, nobody needs these. We got kids being murdered and injured. We need to ban all semi-automatic. Well, I think America is known for our freedom in this aspect. I think we're known for being armed. And the reason why our military is such a superpower that it is because we are the most armed nation in the world. Now, let's say martial law kicks in. Anyone who has these guns, and let's say they don't have a registry. Anyone who has these guns, we're gonna take them and we're gonna seize them. There will be armed resistance. There are people out there who say, over my dead body. And they mean that. They mean that shit when they say that. Like, that is not a joke when they say that. They mean that. And I don't think they're playing. If there ever does come a point where they go door to door, I dread that day because I know a lot of cops are saying, well, I wouldn't do it. Well, there are cops that are, and there's cops that need to feed their family. Just like there's a lot of people out there working right now, jobs that they don't want to because of Rona. But you got sewer companies paying $36 an hour because they can't get nobody to work it. Well, shit, I'd be scooping poop too. It's just like they're gonna have to be going door to door risking their life. Now I say that to say this. If there is a registry that comes through, let's say the universal background check thing does go through, I think we'll be in trouble. I think we'll be in trouble because then they'll have a registry of everything that we bought, everything that has been a background check approved or denied or whatever, delayed on the NICS, National Instant Background Criminal Check. And that's how we turn into China, how we turn into Germany, how we turn into the Philippines. That's how we go communist. They take away all of our weapons, and if there ever was gonna be a civil war, I think that's how it would happen. They would do the background check, universal background check first, then they do the red flag law, then they would just do flat out confiscation. You don't think it's happening? Look up on YouTube, California registry buyback, or look up California red flag law. There are cops coming to these people's doors armed for a lower. That's unregistered, unserialized, for a lower. And I feel bad for the people in California. That's why there's record number of people leaving California and New York, because they can't do things like we do out in these free states. They can't build their own guns. And I think that's why I do it more than anything. I know the government still knows, like, they can track the sites that you buy the stuff at, whatever. I like buying it. I like building it. I like tinkering. I'm an engineer's mind at heart, so I like learning how stuff ticks, how it works. So, anyways, back to the point. That's the rabbit hole that will go down if they do end up banning all these things that we call freedom seeds. And I think there will be a political and physical divide in the people if there does ever come a day whether people are going to have to choose to enforce these laws or defy them. Because defiance has always been America's history. We did it with the Queen, we did it with the King, we did it with the Civil War, and unfortunately, I think in the next 50 years we're coming upon another Civil War. Whether it be political, whether it be physical, whether it be online, I don't know. But I will say this. I'm gonna say the same thing that the lady said from Germany. Keep your guns and buy more. Now, that being said, make sure you're responsible, safe, and you know the basic rules of firearm safety. And I don't encourage you going out and hurting anybody, killing anybody, but train how you fight. Training. You can never have enough training. Even if it's just subscribing to Warrior Poet Society online and practicing in your house without dry fire and whatever. Make sure when you do train, you're being safe. Even if you're just at the range, just make sure you're being safe, guys. I'm gonna start doing safety tips and tricks as well as my just regular tips and tricks. But if you like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And what would you bring to your apocalypse loadout? Anyways, guys, this has been hypothetical, and I just like talking sometimes. So thanks for listening. All right, peace.